Oh my god, Martin, do my eyes deceive me? Or did I just walk by you a second ago? I thought I had a stalker on my hands.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was you that I saw.
Wait, you're not really stalking me, are you?
But considering that 7 whole years have passed since you broke up with me in one of the worst ways imaginable, no, Una. I would sooner go out of my way to avoid you, rather than follow you around.
Okay, so then tell me what you're doing in the same luxury hotel that I'm staying in. This is the last place I ever thought I'd bump into my broke loser ex-boyfriend. I bet this place costs more a night than you make in a year. Is that what you did? Did you save up all your money for the last 7 years just to blow it all on a 1 in a million chance to run into me here? I wouldn't put that past you. Poor people have done dumber things with their money.
I see you're still under the impression I'm a broke loser.
Yeah, well, I mean, you are a broke loser, so...
Listen, Una, I told you all this at the time, but let's refresh your memory. The reason I quit my job at the company I'd been with since graduating is because I wanted to get my own company up and running.
Yeah, I totally remember that. What's your point? Let me guess, you thought you were finally ready to make the big launch, but then realized you were way in over your head and fell further and further into soul-crushing debt. Am I right? Don't tell me you already declared bankruptcy. I tried searching online for your company's name a while back, and you know what came up? 0 hits. And that's what you are, a zero, a broke loser, like I said.
I'm not really sure what you're talking about. My company is the top result when you search for the name.
Oh, right. Sure. Well, I hate to break it to you, but I definitely did search for your stupid company's name, and it definitely returned 0 results. So unfortunately, I see through your pathetic lie.
And like I said, every single search engine I know of returns my company's homepage as the top result when you search for the name. What site are you using anyway? Are you sure you're spelling it right?
But enough about you. Let's talk about me. Guess what? Last month, I got married to a super rich, high-powered businessman. We're gonna have a ceremony in my husband's hometown, and we came out here to do some planning with his parents. And we thought that since we were coming all the way out here, we might as well stay at the biggest, most luxurious, most expensive hotel in the city. It feels so great to be treated like the princess I am. He's totally different from a certain broke loser ex-boyfriend of mine. I won't name names, though.
What a day. I get called out here by a client for a meeting, and no sooner do I get to the hotel than I run into my legendarily narcissistic, veritable comic book villain of an ex-girlfriend in the lobby. I just can't catch a break.
I knew it. You're not staying on your own dime. You could never afford a place like this.
The CEO of a firm that's one of my biggest clients invited me to come out here for a private gathering. We work together a lot, so we've kind of developed a relationship in our off time as well.
A CEO, you say? Sure. I bet it's some failure running a bankrupt company that's just trying to save face by putting you up in a sweet hotel. Careful about ordering too much room service. You might just spend the company's last dime. Losers always stick together, don't they?
And here we go again.
What's the matter? Did I strike a nerve?
Everything I say, no matter what I say, you always find some way to twist it into an insult. Well, I'll give you credit for creativity, though. But just like 7 years ago, your insults are so hilariously far off the mark that I can't even bring myself to get angry at you. It's just kind of boring and sad.
I don't want to hear anything about boring or sad from the likes of you.
In any case, you're a married woman now. If you get caught talking with your ex-boyfriend, your husband might think something untoward about you. Or worse, about me.
Oh, there it is. That's what you were going for. You're hoping my husband comes by and sees us together. You're going for the cross-court three-pointer, huh? Make my husband jealous and angry at me, get us to break up, and then you swoop in like a knight in shining armor to pick me up from my sadness. God, you're lame.
Boy, you wasted no time in proving me right. once again. 10 out of 10 for creativity. Bravo.
Using sarcasm to hide your depression? Lame!
For the record, I have a girlfriend, and I'm thinking about proposing to her soon.
What?
I don't know what your schedule looks like from here on out, but in the event that you're going to be staying here for a while longer, do me a favor, and if we ever happen to cross paths again, let's just pretend we've never met before. I mean, God, I wish I'd never met you.
You're not fooling anyone, loser. You know you still want me.
I'd rather get, I don't know, AIDS, cancer, and Ebola at the same time than get back together with you.
Again, not fooling anyone.
Enjoy your delusions, Yuna. I hope you have a nice stay here. Bye. Hey there, Martin. You alright? Huh? Oh, Isaac, it's you. What's up? Nothing serious. There's just something odd that happened downstairs a minute ago. I'd gone down to the lobby to take care of some business, and I'd stopped by the executive lounge to grab a drink before heading back to my room. And while I was there was this woman talking in a bizarrely loud voice. The guy who looked like he was probably her husband. She said she ran into a boyfriend from 7 years ago in the lobby, and when she started talking about where she first met that guy and everything, well, I was pretty sure that she was talking about you. Uh-oh. I thought, I don't know, maybe something bad had gone down with you, so I thought I'd text you. Make sure you're okay. Let me guess. Did this woman use the phrase broke loser a lot? Yeah, like every other sentence. It was kind of weird. I mean, all the other stuff like the university and time frame fits you to a T, but you're not a loser, and you're definitely not broke. That woman has an ability to get lost in her delusions like no one else I've ever met. In fact, the reason we broke up 7 years ago was precisely that. She couldn't get over her own delusions. She even just texted me, just now, to take the opportunity to call me a broke loser 4 times in as many minutes. Wait, you mean your old girlfriend still has your phone number? You didn't block her number? Well, we got a lot of common friends, so it's actually pretty hard for me to completely get rid of her. As for not blocking her, I don't know. I just felt like it would be safer for me to be able to keep tabs on what she's up to. Wow, well that's fantastically bad luck for you, man. And there's one more thing I wanted to ask. This ex-girlfriend of yours, do you know who her husband is? No, I don't. As a matter of fact, the first time I heard she was married, when she texted me to lord the fact over me just now, she said that she married a super rich, high-powered businessman, so I figured he must be some kind of big shot. Huh. Okay. Why'd you ask? You got a good look at his face. Anyone you know? Yeah, actually. It's probably been about 3 years or so since I've seen him, but I've definitely met him before. It's just, well, she said he was a high-powered businessman. Yeah. Gosh, shoot, I just saw the time. Look, we're about to be late for the reservation at the hotel diner. Oh, no, we better get going then. We'll continue this conversation over dinner, okay? Sure, sounds fine. I'm on my way.
Hey there, Martin. What you up to right now?
I'm up to anything that prevents me from speaking to you right now.
Let me guess, you don't have enough money to pay for your room, so you're working it off in the kitchen? That's what you get for quitting a stable, high-paying job to start some stupid company on your own. I'd say you're making no more than $20,000 a year right now. Am I right? Who am I kidding? Of course I'm right. What kind of loser makes just 20 grand a year? That's not even poverty wages. That's like third world peasant wages.
For the love of God, Yuna, could you possibly go one day without dragging me into some psychotic fantasy you have?
Maybe I can get my husband to give you a job cleaning toilets at his office.
Well, speaking of your husband, the CEO I told you about who invited me out here is named Isaac Treywell. You ever heard of him? He tells me he is actually familiar with your husband.
Really? Is he the CEO of the company that cleans my husband's office? I'm gonna have to get my husband to change custodian companies. What kind of third-rate businessman doesn't come up and say hello to the people who pay his salary?
No, that's not how they know each other. Actually, back before your husband went independent, he used to work at Isaac's company.
What? Wait a minute, my husband's old company? But that company was one of the biggest in town. Not just in town, in the whole state. You know the CEO of that company?
I told you he was a client. I also heard that your husband is moving back to his old town.
Well, that's news to me.
Yeah? Well, Isaac seemed to know about it. It's a pretty small industry. It wouldn't take much time for news like that to make it from one CEO to another.
But that's impossible. My husband's company headquarters is downtown.
Well, yeah, for now. But the word on the street is that he's closing that business down and going back to the city he was born in.
What?
Your husband's town is about 20 minutes from here by car, right?
I don't get it. What are you trying to say?
Wait, you really don't get it? Oh boy. Don't tell me he actually hasn't told you anything yet.
Well, now that I think about it, he said something about buying a house out in the country and something about moving. I just thought he was going to get us a vacation house out on the lake or something where we could spend weekends and holidays. But we're going to be living there permanently?
Oh, so it sounds like he has told you about what his plans are. Oh, looks like that delusional Ben of yours has come back around to bite you this time. You were so caught up in your fantasy life that you'd closed your eyes to reality.
No, that can't be. But I wanted to be married to a high-powered businessman. What's going to happen to me now?
I'd say you should probably talk to your husband about that. I'm just telling you the information that I got third hand from someone who heard it through the grapevine.
No, I thought I had finally made it. I thought I was set for life. Okay, that's it. I'm divorced now. So we can get married anytime, Martin.
Huh?
After we ran into each other at the hotel, I did a little more digging into you. Turns out you were right. I wasn't spelling your company's name right. Don't know how I managed to get it that wrong, but whatever. That explains why I wasn't getting any hits when I searched for it online. Anyway, when I typed it in correctly, I couldn't believe it. Your company is the biggest in your industry. That's incredible. You're something else. I am so flattered that you would work so hard just to impress me.
Huh?
The problem is that I can't seem to find your current address. I've got the marriage certificate application all filled out except for that. So you can sign it after you give me a shipping address where I can send all my stuff to.
Marriage certificate. Shipping address.
That's right. As of today, we're moving in together. So what's your address?
Una, I told you this back at the hotel. I'm seeing someone. We're pretty serious.
What?
We've been living together for 6 months now. In other words, I don't want you coming anywhere near my house.
Oh, but come on now. You know that I'm way more of a woman than her, whoever she is.
Well, for one, she doesn't fly off into bizarre delusions on a daily basis. And that alone puts her well ahead of you.
Martin, you can't trust her. I know her type. All she's after is your wealth and status. She just wants to be married to a super rich, high-powered businessman.
Boy, that phrase sounds really familiar.
Right? She's a total psychopath. I can tell.
Oh yeah? Well, she makes more money than me, though.
She does?
Remember the CEO I told you about before? Isaac? She's his younger sister.
No way.
Not only does she have a seat on the board at Isaac's company, but she's also a real estate investor on the side. Well, compared to her, I'm basically like the nighttime janitor at a convenience store.
Wait, seriously?
To be perfectly honest with you, I would never, ever be interested in a woman like you, whose only goal in life is to be the bimbo trophy wife of any rich businessman who will take him. No, for me, I prefer a working woman who is intelligent, witty, hardworking, and independent, like, my girlfriend. I could never share the rest of my life with anyone but her. She has everything I want. I love her. But more importantly, I respect her. And not just as my girlfriend or as a woman, but as a fellow businessman.
Okay, well, in that case, do you think you could introduce me to your friend, Isaac?
That's a joke, right?
Nope. From what you're saying, it sounds like he's a pretty stand-up guy. He's totally my type. So can you give me his number?
Isaac is married.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, and I've never met anyone who is more devoted to his wife than he is. He also has 2 kids, one in middle school and the other in elementary school. Sorry to say, but you're not going to have any luck with him.
Damn it. Isn't there anyone else you can introduce me to? You have to know a bunch of CEOs. One of them has to be single, or at least open-minded.
Not a chance.
Please.
No. Well, okay. That does it. That's all I can take from you. I'm never speaking to you again. Goodbye.
Martin, don't go. Martin, answer the phone, please.
I heard about what happened next from one of our mutual friends. Apparently, Una was so certain that she and I were going to get married that she told her husband that she would pay him off to let her go without a fight. She wasn't too concerned about the money since, again, she was positive that I was going to foot the bill for her. So, without so much as talking to a lawyer, she offered an incredible amount of $50,000 as a parting gift, and even signed a contract binding her to fork out the money. Now, a contract like that is most likely unenforceable in court, and there are probably 1,000,001 ways to get out of it, but I think I'll keep that information to myself. The whole incident really got me thinking. Maybe these delusions of hers are getting out of control. Or maybe she needs some special help to deal with them. Well, her family apparently got the same idea. They immediately had her committed and placed under a conservatorship to prevent her from destroying her life or anyone else's more than she already has. And with that, I felt like it was finally time to block her phone number and erase her from my contacts. Peace at last.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Harriet, what's going on? I heard that you and my son won't be coming to our house for Christmas this year. Is that true?
Oh, good evening, Dad. Well, yes, it's true. Curtis and I talked about it for a while, and we decided that we would spend Christmas at home this year instead of going over to your place.
I don't believe this. Why would you go and do a thing like that?
Well, haven't you seen the weather reports? We're supposed to get a once-in-a-decade blizzard on Christmas Eve. A lot of the stores around here are already announcing that they're not going to be open for either the 24th or the 25th out of fear for their employees' safety. It's pretty serious. We just feel like we'd rather not take the risk and go visit you guys on another day instead.
I cannot believe what I'm hearing. You think you're worthy of marrying into our family with an attitude like that? I should have known this is what you would be like when you refused to build a duplex with us before you and Curtis got married. Not only that, you had the nerve to continue working after your wedding when you should have quit in order to take care of my son's home for him and give me grandchildren. I am so disappointed in you as a daughter-in-law, Harriet. I don't know what that fool son of mine saw in you. Now you're telling me that you're not going to come to my house on Christmas because of a little bit of snow? It's not like you've never seen the stuff before.
Dad? Have you really not noticed how much it bothers Curtis when you say things like that to me? I'm sure he's talked to you about it before and told you to back off.
Excuse me?
And for the record, it wasn't me who first came up with the idea to spend Christmas at home this year. It was Curtis.
That's not true.
Also, Curtis was the one who first came out against your proposal of building a duplex together, not me. And once again, it was Curtis who encouraged me to keep working at my same job after getting married. He's been very supportive of me and my career aspirations.
What a load of nonsense!
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm actually out of town on business at the moment, so I'll be taking my leave.
What? Your company sends the women on business trips? Don't they know you have more important things to be doing at home?
Well, Curtis and I both share housework duties, and I'm the person in charge of this region, so...
This conversation isn't over. We still have a lot of things to discuss, Harriet.
I have to get up early tomorrow morning, so I'm going to bed now.
Harriet! It's precisely this bratty, rebellious attitude of yours that made me oppose you marrying my son in the first place. I always told Curtis that he made an unbelievable mistake in marrying you instead of Charity. They've known each other since they were kids. They understand each other. They grew up in the same town, share the same culture. They're the perfect match. What was that imbecile thinking, choosing you over her? My only wish is that there was some way for me to get him to divorce you. How I'd love to be able to look Charity in the face and call her my daughter-in-law.
Mr. Wainwright, are you there? It's an emergency.
Oh, if it isn't my darling little Charity! Are you trying to get in touch with Curtis? At this time of day, I'm pretty sure he's at work. Can I give him a message for you?
No, this is about Curtis. He's been taken to the hospital.
What? What in the world happened to him? The hospital?
Curtis and I were going to meet up for lunch today. I was at the cafe waiting for them to arrive, and I saw Curtis across the street coming toward me, right? When all of a sudden a car drove straight through a red light and ran right into Curtis.
Oh no, that's terrible.
It looks like more than one person was injured in the crash because 2 ambulances arrived on the scene a short while later. I was on the scene, so I volunteered to go to the hospital together in the ambulance Curtis was loaded into.
What hospital were you taken to, Charity?
It's Western General Hospital, the one on North Franklin Drive. Please, Mr. Wainwright, hurry over here as fast as you can.
Got it! I'll tell my wife we'll be there soon. Harriet, what do you think you're doing? Exactly when are you planning on coming to see Curtis at the hospital? In all the time he's been here, you haven't come by to see him one single solitary time. Have you no shame? Don't you feel any responsibility to be here with him? Let me state this as simply as possible. Your husband is in the hospital, Harriet, and you, his wife, have not come by to see him a single time. Are you insane? Not only haven't you come by, you haven't even tried to contact him. He could have died for all you know. Oh, but not to worry. While you've been shirking your responsibilities as the wife of my son, Charity, a superior woman to you in every way imaginable, has been coming down here almost every day to visit him and check up on his condition. Every day that goes by, you make me more and more convinced that I'm right. Charity would make a far better wife for Curtis than you ever could. Hello there, Charity. I'm terribly sorry to have shouldered you with the burden of looking after Curtis for us. The restaurant we run is very small. There's only my wife, myself, and a few part-time staffers. If we're not there to handle things, then we'd have to shut it down, and we obviously can't do that. If our restaurant were a bit closer, then we'd at least be able to stop by from time to time, but unfortunately we're on the opposite side of town.
It's fine, Mr. Wainwright. Don't worry about it. After all, I'd do anything to be able to spend more time with Curtis. This is like a dream come true.
I'm glad to hear that. You know, Charity, you really are one fine young woman. Generous, caring, self-sacrificing. Nothing at all like that heartless, soulless, worthless Harriet.
Speaking of Harriet, do you know what's going on with her? As far as I can tell, she hasn't even come by the hospital once to see him.
I thought that was the case. I can't even get in touch with her. She won't answer texts or calls. Her parents have already passed away, and I don't know the contact information of any of her other family members, so the only thing I can do is wait for her to respond. There's no other way for us to figure out exactly what the hell she's doing. But since she's his wife, I assume she's his emergency contact, so there's no way she doesn't know about his accident. Seriously, what is wrong with that girl?
You know what I think? I think she's using this as an opportunity to do what she's always wanted to do, but couldn't because Curtis was around. You know what I mean?
What?
Curtis is so ridiculously trusting of her. No matter how many times I try to tell him about her, he's just like, no way, Harriet's not like that. She would never do that to me. It's pathetic. I mean, think about it. Not only has Harriet not been over here, but she hasn't even gone back to their house yet all this time.
Wait, really? You're sure? Wow, I should have expected that was the case, but to hear that it's actually true is too sad to bear.
Don't you think it's time we made our move and got them to divorce? I mean, it pains me so much to see Curtis pining after such an unfaithful wife.
Yes, Charity, you're exactly right. The time has come. It's time that my son got the wife he deserves. You! Hello, Harriet. I'm writing to let you know that I've talked it over with my wife, and we've decided that you do not deserve to be married to our son. Not only have you not come to the hospital for the entire time he's been hospitalized, you're off doing who knows what in who knows where, and haven't even been back to your house. Furthermore, you have yet to respond to or even read a single one of my messages. As such, we have determined that the only way forward is for you to leave. You're going to divorce my son as soon as possible.
Hello to you too, Dad. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get back to you.
There you are. I suppose once I brought the D word into the picture, you realized I meant business. But you're too late, Harriet. There's no changing my mind now. My decision is final.
Let's back up a bit, shall we? First order of business. I've been staying in the exact same hospital as Curtis this entire time.
What? Wait just one moment. What do you mean you've been staying at the hospital? As in you've been renting a room nearby?
No, I mean I've been hospitalized. I was the other person injured in the crash involving Curtis. And the driver who ran a stoplight.
You were?
It looks like you're under a massive misunderstanding, so allow me to explain things from the beginning in the simplest terms possible. First, I was in the intensive care unit for the first few days of my time in the hospital. I've been cleared to leave the ICU and am now in a regular room, so I was finally able to get my phone repaired recently, which was heavily damaged in the crash. It just came back to me yesterday, but I suffered some serious injuries to my hands, so I haven't been able to type by myself. The messages that are being sent to you right now are being written by a friend of mine who came to see me today, as that's the only way I would be able to reply to you.
But that doesn't make any sense. If you've been here this whole time, why hasn't Curtis said anything about it? He's had ample opportunity.
Yes, well, there's a very, very good reason for that. Charity, who's been clinging on to Curtis like a fly in molasses since the time we were dating and sees me as her mortal enemy, has been in the room with him every day and practically never leaves his side.
What? Charity?
It also seems as though she's invited herself to stay at our home while she's here. If she knew that I was here at the same hospital, there is no telling what she might try to do to me in my current state. So he thought it would be best for me to just keep quiet about it. I asked the doctors to transfer me to a different hospital to avoid this problem, but they said there was no way they would be able to safely transfer me in my condition. So we went with Plan B. I asked the doctors to instead transfer me to a private room within the hospital and leave a standing order to refuse visitors without express permission from me.
That's...
By the way, the only reason I'm able to reveal this all to you right now is because Charity's parents have also arrived and they're keeping tabs on her for me.
What? Her parents?
I understand that Charity, when Charity told you about the accident, she told you that another driver ran a red light and struck Curtis as he was walking, is that right? But that's not what really happened. No, the truth is that while Curtis was waiting for the pedestrian stoplight to turn green, he was pushed from behind into the road, and that's when he was hit by that car. So the car wasn't at fault at all, it was the person who pushed him.
What? You mean someone was essentially trying to murder Curtis? Who was it? Who's responsible for this? I'll see to it personally that they're brought to justice.
It was Charity.
Charity?
In her defense, it seems that she was just so happy to see Curtis that she started sprinting towards him, and when she wasn't able to hit the brakes, she rammed right into him. Charity's on the small side, but an adult running at that rate of speed was enough to push Curtis off balance, so he fell face first into the road.
That's unbelievable!
There's more. I was actually with Curtis at the time of the accident.
Oh?
And because we were holding hands when Charity pushed him, I got pulled into the road right alongside him. I don't think what happens next needs any explanation, so I'll just skip that part.
Yes, I think I get the picture.
As for what happens next, I'll have to talk with Curtis about the details, but we're planning to file a police report.
A police report? You mean you're pressing charges?
We've been contacted by multiple witnesses who were there the day of the accident, so there's really no escaping this for Charity. She's the one responsible for what happened to us.
I see.
That's all the time I have to speak to you today.
What? What's going on?
Nothing, it's just that the friend who's typing these messages for me has to go to work tomorrow morning, so she's going home now. My intention was only to clear up any misconceptions you may have had about what really happened. We can discuss the more minor details at a later time, so we'll have to continue this conversation another day. Good night.
Charity. I just spoke to Harriet. She told me about what really happened. If your parents are taking charge of you, I suppose you won't be able to respond to any of my messages. I can't believe it. It wasn't a car running a red light. You just rammed into Curtis so hard that he fell right into the road. I had such a hard time believing it that I talked to your parents directly, and they confirmed that everything Harriet said was true. And to think I was trying to get Curtis to marry you. I had no idea you were such a psychopath. Oh, my dear God in heaven, this is absolutely terrible. Harriet, what's the meaning of this? Curtis said he's going to legally change his last name to yours? He even sent us a letter declaring that he no longer wants to have anything to do with us. He's disowning us as his parents. Please, Harriet, I'm begging you, you've got to talk to him. Do something about this. Talk some sense into him. Please, Harriet, Curtis is my only son. I was planning on having him take over the family business, but now he's disowning me? What am I going to do? Look, I'll accept your marriage to my son. I'll accept you as my daughter-in-law. I'll accept you as part of the family. I'll even allow you to keep working, and you can go out of town on business as much as you'd like. Oh, and I'll also compromise and have you and Curtis do an 80-20 split on the housework. So please, you need to convince Curtis not to disown us and get him to reconsider changing his last name. He can't just get rid of his last name. That's my family name. When she read the letter, my wife was so shocked that she fell down and threw out her back. Harriet, answer me, please. I'm begging you. Give my son back to me, Harriet.
Soon after Charity's parents took custody of her, the friend who had been coming to the hospital to check on me stopped by our house to see what state she had left it in. I was not entirely surprised to hear that every single thing that had anything to do with me had been damaged or destroyed entirely. There was more than enough for my friend to realize that we would no longer be safe in our own home, cleaned up the mess and removed all of our valuables to a safe location. Additionally, she's also arranging for an apartment to live in temporarily until we can find a new house. Now, since Charity obviously has no money of her own, her parents ended up footing the bill for all the money she owed us to repair the damage she caused as well as moving expenses. As I told my father-in-law, we also submitted a police report and are pressing charges against her for breaking and entering, property damage, assault, and a litany of other crimes. We won't be settling out of court with her under any circumstances. We're seeing to it that she's put away for a very, very long time. A few months after that, Curtis and I were finally released from the hospital. The same friend who helped us find a new apartment also assisted us in restarting our lives in a new location, including helping us secure jobs similar to what we were doing before at her company. Faced with the unmoving determination of his son to abandon the family business, his father made the heartbreaking decision to simply close down the restaurant that he had worked all his life to build into a successful venture. As for us, however, we finally found peace in our new lives away from all the deeply troubled people in our past.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.